Beijing, hi, how are you? You excited about your session?
I am so excited. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Raimonda.
Oh, Beijing, I'm so excited because this session is about parenting tomorrow's superheroes. Whether you are a mom or not, this session is going to be truly life-changing. Once, because Beijing has a truly inspirational story. She's a little super woman. And she started her first business, her first accolade at the age of 4?
Well, 12.
Well, 12, but
12,
her
yeah.
mission work started at the age of 4. And I'm continuously inspired by you, Vision, and your energy. You're just epic. I don't know. I don't want to read your official bio because you're going to tell us all about who you are. But I just want to say I love you, I appreciate you, and thank you for being on our stage.
Thank you so much, Raimonda. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey guys, so I'm so excited to be here. It feels like command center right now. I have so many screens so I can see chats, I can see humans, all that good stuff. So we're going to get started, and I thank you so much for your time this morning. Let's do it. Okay. Everybody in the chat, are we ready to get started? Let me see some thumbs up if we're ready to get started. Great. I see some comments. Ready. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's do it. She got 4 feet on the ground and she's burning it down. She got her head in the clouds and she's not backing down. Feel free to dance. This girl is on fire. All you girls are on fire. This girl is on fire. Being able to collaborate with persons from South America, Europe, network with them, see what they're doing in their country and their nonprofit organizations. Looks like a girl, but she's a flame. I believe that we will win. Hello, Women Thrive 2023. How are we doing this morning? You guys are firing up the chat. Oh my gosh, making me feel so loved. So how many countries do we have here today? Where are our countries at? Let's see some flags. Do we have Bahamas? USA? Wow. The Bahamas, my people. Oh man, so great. So great to have you here. USA, oh, Germany. That's incredible. Spain, puedo hablar en español. No, I will not do this in Spanish. Oh man, we're all around the world. We are Romania. Wow. This is absolutely the largest woman empowerment summit event in the world. And it is so exciting. Oh my goodness. I am so grateful to be here with you guys today. So I like to keep things, high energy and interactive. So if I ask a question, I want to see y'all's fingers typing. Well, I won't see that, but I want to see some responses in the chat because we are doing this together. That's what life is all about. Yes, I'm your speaker here for this morning, but we are doing this together. I have as much to learn from you guys, as much as you have to learn from me. Okay, guys? So I just want to let you guys know from the jump start. I am not here to convince you on whether you're a good mother or parent or not. I am here to convince you that it is possible for your child to be confident, to be authentic, and to be fulfilled. I am here to tell you that I am living proof of a child who struggled with confidence. That's right. Me, I struggled with confidence. I struggled with limiting beliefs and self-doubt, wanting to give up multiple times, and also thinking I'm not smart enough and I'm not good enough. I am here to tell you that I am living proof of a child who struggled with authenticity, who struggled with not knowing who I am, whose I am, where my identity came from, going into peer pressure and putting shame on my family's name because of being lost of my identity. I showed up today, woman. I showed up today to tell you that I am living proof of a child who struggled with being fulfilled, struggled with discovering why I'm here, my reason for being, my why, discovering and pursuing my purpose. Ladies, I am living proof that it can all happen for your child. Can you say all? Don't turn your mics on though, but can you say all to yourself? That's right. So I have two questions for you. Question number one, I want you to comment in the chat, yes, if you want the best for your child. Comment in the chat, yes. Follow thought through action and then declare it to everyone here. And that is why I'm having you engage with me, because there's one thing when you just have it in your head, but it's another thing when you actually take action. When you take action, and then there's another thing when you declare that in front of a huge group of people, not just in your country, you know, because we've got over 20 countries here at the Women Thrive Summit, and we're doing this together. So I want you to say yes. Do you want the best for your child? Beautiful, beautiful. I love to see it. And now I want you to comment yes, or comment something even more powerful than yes. If you want to raise a confident, authentic, and fulfilled child. Let's see what y'all got. Let's see what you got. Is that what you want? Do you want to raise a confident, authentic, and fulfilled child? Most definitely. I love that. The confidence. I wouldn't say the next comment, but this is streaming live. So without a doubt, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Beautiful. Well, I believe that every parent who has a child has a purpose. So let's look at the definition of purpose. What do you think purpose is? Write in the chat what you think purpose is. We're here to learn, okay? There are no wrong answers here. Because if you weren't here to learn, then why are you here in the first place, right? So what do you think purpose is? Ikajai, yes, excellent. What else drives us to leave bed every morning? Oh, I love that. Boy, we got some smart people up in here, man. I love that. What I should be doing. Very good. What else? What does purpose mean to you? When you think of the word purpose, what comes to mind? What comes to mind to you? What you're good at and how you help serve others. Very good. Oh man, I hope you guys have your notebooks out, man. You guys are teaching each other. This is what it's about. This is community. What you came here to do. Why am I doing what I am doing? Fulfillment. Oh my goodness. Excellent. Excellent. I love it. I love it. So my definition of purpose is your reason to exist is to give God glory. So yes, God's plan. So everybody has their definition of purpose. And I think we can all come to an agreement that we all have the same idea of what purpose is. So that is beautiful. So now I have two more questions for you. Okay. So if you're not awake, you should be awake now because your fingers should be going on the keyboard. So do you remember the day your child was born? Think about it. Sometimes maybe you was knocked right out or unconscious. I have no idea. I was not there. But do you remember the day your child was born? And if you do, comment yes or no in the chat, because we're not going to assume here. We can't assume anything. So do you remember the day your child was born? Yes, everyone says yes. Well, I think that is a great sign. Yeah, someone said, of course. Okay, Natalie. Oh, all three. We've got somebody with 3 children. Bless your soul. Beautiful. Okay, excellent, excellent. So my next question is, do you remember what you thought when you held them in your arms for the very first time? Think back to that moment when this gift just came out of you and you saw them and you held them for the very first time. What were those thoughts? And if you remember, what were you thinking? Write in the chat, what were you thinking? Do you remember what you were thinking when this being just came out of you? What were you thinking? Oh, complete joy and fear all in one, if that even makes sense. Yes, it does. I think we can all agree that makes sense. Oh, Ned said, I looked at her and said, I met you before. Oh, that's powerful. Couldn't believe my body had created something so perfect and pure. Wow, guys. Oh, somebody said, my baby. Oh, that's absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Anybody else would like to share? Yes, complete prayer and love, and that I'm a single mom responsible for another life. Oh, God bless you. So beautiful. I've been waiting on you. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That is a good one. Excellent, excellent. Well, ladies, moms, parents, did you know that the 2 most important days in your life are 1, the day you find out, the day you were born, and 2, the day you find out why. The 2 most important days in your life are 1, the day you were born, and 2, the day you find out why. I found my why at 12, but it all started at 4. And from 4 years old today to my 20s, I have spent a lifetime on an adventure of breaking free from limiting beliefs and self-doubt to be confident, of discovering who I am and owning the fact that I'm a child of God, to be authentic. And lastly, taking on as many jobs, experiences, internships, mentors, you name it, to discover why I'm here to pursue a fulfilled life. So here's the proof. I'm going to give you proof to see what I'm talking about. As I was invited to India last year. Yes, I said India last year, on a speaker's tour with my mentor, Will Harris, where we traveled across Maharashtra, India, which is a state in the country, to empower the Indian youth. What you're going to see within the next second is how I displayed Beijing. You can't pinch me and touch me, but you can definitely see me. And some of you have definitely given me some hugs before. So y'all know I'm real. This is a live video. So you can see how I displayed confidence, authenticity, and fulfillment due to working through and breaking free from my struggles as a child. So this is the time where you may want to bring some popcorn as we're just going to go through these very short videos as an example, as proof to see that it's possible.
All right.
Come on, believe it. We're talking about you. Yes, I believe. I believe that. I believe that we will win. You feel that? Again, I believe. I believe that. I believe that we will win. 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 Guys, oh my goodness, it kills me every time that I'm able to watch that video. And I just think to myself, what just happened? Did I just do that? Wow. So in that stadium, we've had 5 to 600 young Indians who came to a conference. And that male that you saw was my mentor, Will Harris. And he believed in me. He saw something in me, just like Raimonda did for me to be with you here today. He saw, and I was able to display confidence and truly realize that I do believe that we can win, that I do believe that children, that parents, that all of us could win. And so we were trying to instill that confidence within these beautiful young Indian young people. Okay, so let's raise some confident children. What do you say? Do you all want to raise some confident children? Write in the chat if you want to raise some confident children. Yes, woohoo! That is what I'm talking about. Beautiful. Yes, heck yeah, very good. Yes, okay. So now we're moving on to authenticity.
I know who I am. I love who I am. I like what I do, and I like how I do it, and I like my mistakes, and I like the way I learn, and I like the pace with which I learn my mistakes. I don't want to be anybody else but me.
That's right, you guys. So, funny story during this experience. So we went on a university speaking tour, and finally, my mentor, Will Harris, said, Beijing, it's your turn to speak. You're speaking to this university in India. And I'm like, sorry, what? And he goes, yeah. And so, you know what? It was so easy for me to, speak like all the other people were speaking, stay on the stage and, stay by the pulpit and just say the message that I came to speak. But no, because I went through a journey of authenticity, truly identifying and defining and embracing who I am, I came out to these young people all across the world who I've never seen before. And I came out as Beijing, who I believe God has created Beijing to be. So I use all my energy, all my authenticity to share the message that I was trying to share with them. And that's the authenticity that we want our children to have. We want them to be real and true to themselves, to share their messages of value to others for who God has created them to be. And lastly is a video of one of the greatest moments that I have been ever able to experience. And this is when I was able to speak to 20,000 people in India. Okay, so let's look at what it means to be fulfilled. For my little girl dream was to be an international speaker. And last year I got to do that in front of 20,000 people. It's unimaginable. And let's just take a look, see how that was.
When God gives you a dream, the dream will always be tested. The pressure in your life right now has a purpose. It's not crushing you. It's pushing what's on the inside of you out. It shows you who you are.
That's right. That is right. Again, I showed up here to tell you that the mind-blowing, humbling experiences that I have enjoyed is so possible for your child. But the goal is for them to dream even bigger than I did. But that's not possible without you as their parent, without me, without Jesus, without their teachers, without their extended family members, without their club leaders, without their pastors, without their mentors, and more, because it takes a village to raise a child. And that's what it took for me to go to India to speak to 20,000 people about my youth legacy. It took a village. So how did I get there? Well, let's take a look at my story. At 4 years old, I entered the workforce. That's right, guys. This is 4-year-old Beijing. That's right. I entered the workforce, passing out crayons to the impoverished Haitian children in the Dominican Republic. I did this for after 2 decades, going on mission trips around the world, doing vacation Bible school, sharing the power of Jesus. I realized that it was a problem that youth around the world didn't have access to running water, food on the table every day, no quality education, and more. This realization disturbed me to the core. I mean, I couldn't settle with it. And I began to stir up a passion to be a voice for the voiceless, for young people living in impoverished conditions. Then at 10 years old, my mom sat my sister and I down and she said, girls, if you could figure out God's will for your life, then you're living. Well, as a 10-year-old, and back then we were actually literal, we listened to our parents. That's what I did. I prayed for 2 years. God, what is your will for my life? Tell me. I want to live my best life ever. And then, here we go.
If not me, who? If not now, when?
And then at 12 years old, on October 27, 2007, God told me, Beijing, I want you to lead the youth. He told me who I was meant to serve. So I started a youth-led nonprofit called IOT. It's Our Turn. And I'm going to play the video again. It's short, but for you to see one of the marches that we did last year to show our nation, the Bahamas, that it's not just adults who care, but we young people care of wanting to build a better Bahama land for us and for those coming after us.
If not me, who? If not now, when?
That's correct. And so the nonprofit organization, we develop youth as leaders, we empower youth as volunteers, and we serve youth as beneficiaries in marginalized communities to stop the cycle and start the spiral by providing quality education opportunities, mental health resources, leadership skills through the transformational gospel of Christ for the abandoned, the abused, and the orphaned youth. And then, because I'm not 13, I'm not 14, I'm much older than that. And then at 25 years old.
The things that excite you are not random. They are connected to your purpose. So follow them.
And then at 25 years old, while I was still living in Chile, I was broke and I was trying to discover how I was going to make a living. So what's that C word? Career. Put in the chat if you were there. Somebody put in the chat if you were there. There was a time in your life when you were just broke and you had no idea what you were going to do for a living, what your career or your professional aspirations were going to be. That's right. That's right. So as a been there, still trying to get there. Yes, aren't we all? But at 25 years young, I underwent a 12-year journey of self-discovery. You can name anything, and I probably tried it or did it. Growing up, I had an active life. I was involved in everything and tried everything. I carried this character trait into my adulthood. But throughout it all, I never found my thing or my niche. So at this point, I truly thought that there was something wrong with me. Has anyone ever been there when you just like, oh my gosh, what is it? Is there something wrong with me? Why isn't it possible that I can't just pick one thing or stick to one thing, one interest, one talent, right? And then a few years later, I met someone who would have changed my life forever. Their profession, can you guess? Can you guess what their profession was? I want to see. I want to see if we're engaged and we're listening. Can you guess what their profession was? Put it in the chat. Oh, wow, that's a very beautiful long one. Yes. Oh, no one has said it yet, but I like it. Okay, someone has said it. Beautiful. So I met this lady who would have changed my life forever, and her profession was a life coach. That's correct. And it was through my 6-week experience with this coach that I was enlightened. And she made me realize I need to pursue life coaching. And after I did that, after I thought it over and I did that, I had my first life coaching session. And that first client, she said, you were born to do this. Words that I totally forgot that I was even searching for. And this is a true story, guys. I'm not kidding. Okay, so now I want to ask you, what type of parent do you want to be? I want you to comment in the chat, yes or no. If you would like to be a parent that partners alongside your child to guide them in discovering their purpose, is that something that you want? Is that the type of parent that you want to be? Remember, I like creativity. You can say yes, you can say definitely, you can say heck yeah. Beautiful. And the reason I'm asking you to do this is for it to leave head knowledge and turn into action, and then declaration to declare to all of our peers here today. That's right. Now I want you to comment in the chat, yes or no, if you would like to be a parent who would not just notice, but also appreciate your child's gifts, talents, abilities, and will do everything in your power to enhance their full potential. If that's the parent that you want to be, I want you to type yes. That's right, for sure. I do. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Excellent. Now, I want you to comment yes or no in the chat if you would like to be a parent who allows their child to simply get by in life once they achieve good grades, then in your book, they're successful. Is that the type of parent that you want to be? Just to allow them to just get by, never stepping out of comfort zone, trying something new, never allowing them to practice what it means to be courageous or have good character. If that's what you want, as a parent, comment yes or no. Ah, somebody said big no. That's it. These are my people. These are my people. I wonder, have you ever thought about what activities makes your child alive? What type of character do you want to instill in them today? What gifts, talents, abilities do you want to see them soar in? As a parent, isn't it part of your job description to meet these needs too? We all know that children want to be loved, appreciated, and have their basic needs met. But what about being the force of nature that actually spends quality time with your child, connecting, bonding, and listening to their hearts, instead of just picking them up from school, asking them about their grades, driving them to their extracurricular activities, and doing it all over again for 4 days without a personal connection or bonding moments? Well, hey guys, I'm Beijing Rodgers. Now I get to talk about who I actually am and what I do. I'm Beijing Rodgers. I'm an island gal trying to change the world from the island nation called the Bahamas. My life's work and legacy are focused on youth leadership, empowerment, and development. I believe that no young person should be left behind. And it is my mission to end hopelessness and helplessness for youth around the world for the cause of Christ. I do this firstly as a humanitarian and youth activist. For my nonprofit, IoT, It's Our Turn. Secondly, I do this as a mental health and purpose coach for kids, teens, and young professionals to unlock their thoughts and full potential by defeating self-doubt and poor character so that they can win in life and in Christ. Thirdly, I do this as an international speaker, and I speak on topics as mental wellness or discovering your purpose or youth leadership. As you've seen, I've spoken to audience in India, Israel, USA, Chile, Haiti, and most recently in my country, the Bahamas, to 500 high school girls for Women's Day 2 weeks ago. Therefore, I became a life coach for kids and teens so I can partner with their parents. I can partner with you to raise remarkable children, to become tomorrow's superheroes, to become confident, authentic, and fulfilled, to give them the tools and the resources, and to give them the questions to unlock their thoughts and full potential that are all from within, but sometimes never given the opportunity to be unleashed. But thankfully, we can all agree that we know that it is possible. But to tell you the truth, raising children is harder than ever today. They are faced with being on screens all day long, whether it be their phone, the TV, their iPad, their Gameboy, video games. And once they're on their screens, especially if they're on social media, they are prone to comparing themselves to their friends, comparing their lives to their friends, and sometimes even complete strangers. I know that's a fact because I did it too. And don't lie, some of y'all parents have done it too. Don't lie. And if you brave, comment that in the chat. Some of our children are struggling with negative body image, poor and unhealthy thoughts and emotions, such as guilt, loneliness, anger, shame. But what if there was a way your child can push through these negative emotions and become the superhero that's inside of them, waiting to be unleashed? Parents, take note. This is for you. So how do you raise a confident child? A child who overcomes limiting beliefs and self-doubt. Put your thoughts in the chat. How do you think, a confident child? Remember, we're here to learn together. So you're here as much to learn from me as I am to learn from you. Don't be shy. What are some thoughts that you think that can happen to raise a confident child? Consciousness and connection, beautiful. Putting them in God's hearts, beautiful. Praising and appreciating when he tries something new. Speak life into my daily. Excellent, excellent. Number one, encourage a growth mindset. Say it with me together. Encourage a growth mindset. This is the belief that one's abilities, intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. Encouraging your child to adopt a growth mindset can help them overcome self-doubt and limiting beliefs. Because when you think about it, man, when we actually take hold of our thoughts, they are 99% negative and poor and unhealthy. So of course, when we grow up, we're going to develop poor, negative, and unhealthy actions and behaviors. So we need to encourage a growth mindset. Number two, say it with me, foster self-awareness. I hope you're talking to yourself behind that camera. Foster self-awareness. That's right. Do this by helping them identify their strengths and their weaknesses. This will help them understand that they are capable of improvement, and then they can take the steps to develop their skills. Encourage your child to try new things, to explore their different interests, and provide positive feedback and support along the way. That is very important in this step. And number three, come on, everyone. Together we say, be a positive role model. All of us know that children are always watching. Do you agree? Type in the chat if you believe that. Are your children always watching you and you see them pick up habits that you do that you didn't even realize you did, right? So you got to be a positive role model. They're watching. They're watching. Okay, now we know how we can raise confident children. So now we're going to learn, how do we raise authentic children? Write in the chat what you think it is needed to raise an authentic child. That's right. Exactly. Oh, be authentically yourself. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. So number one, encourage self-discovery and self-expression. Help your child explore the interests and passions, expose them to a variety of experiences, and let them decide what resonates with them. Encourage them to try new things and take risks. Oh man, that's so important. Encourage them to take risks just because they're scared. Courage isn't courage unless they overcome that. You got to be scared for courage to be developed. Let them take risks, parents. Let them take risks through self-discovery and self-expression. And number two, emphasize values. What is their compass? How are they living? Help your child develop a strong set of values by discussing the importance of honesty, integrity, kindness, empathy. I mean, we're going back to the basics. Encourage them to live according to these values and to stand up for what they believe in. And thirdly, create a supportive environment. Create a supportive environment. Do this while teaching your child boundaries. Oh, I don't know about y'all. I just said the B word. I just said boundaries. I've struggled with boundaries. Have you? Have you struggled with boundaries? So just imagine how you struggle, the boundaries that our children are struggling with, right? Help them to learn respect for others and the necessity for proper corrective discipline. Yes, discipline. In this environment, help them to keep trying and pushing through, even if they fail. As we know, failure is a part of this thing called life. So they need to fail. And if they learn this early, it is the hardships that shape good character. So who is your child gonna be when they lose? Who who is your child going to be when they don't get their way? But you're building good character. So you can't give them what they want all the time. Because when they get into life and they don't get what they want all the time, they could be like, wait, mommy, my boss did not give me what I wanted. This gal or boy from university did not give me what I wanted. Good character. They got to fail. They've got to fail. And lastly, how do you raise a fulfilled child? Write in the chat what you think is necessary for you as a parent to raise a fulfilled child, to live the rest of their life pursuing God's purpose and be the solution to the problem they were created to solve. Excellent. Number one, help them discover their strengths, to uncover their unique strength abilities. Encourage them to focus on them and focus on what they're naturally good at. Number two, teach them the value of service, which y'all know I love this point. Teach them the value of service. Help your child understand the importance of serving others and making a positive impact in their world and in their community. Volunteer together as a family and encourage them to get involved in a service project that aligns with your child's interest. And thirdly, help them connect with Jesus. Encourage your child to connect with Jesus and seek his guidance in their life. Teach them to pray and study the Bible and help them develop a personal relationship with him. Encourage them to seek his will for their life, to use their talents and gifts for his will. So guys, I think we can all agree that raising a child takes a village. Because our children are our future leaders and solutions for a better and brighter tomorrow. But in order for our children to become these leaders we speak of and become these solutions that we want, they need a village, guiding and cheering them on to be confident, authentic, and fulfilled. It all begins from within. Now, isn't that the epitome of empowerment, especially for all our coaches in the room? You know, no one can do it alone. I couldn't, and I'm sure you didn't. Whether you had parents or not, somebody stepped in and gave you a helping hand in some way. For me, it took a village. It took my teachers, my mentors, my church leaders, my family members, and most of all, my parents. Your child can accomplish just as much and even more when they have a village. In retrospect, these village members were actually my personal cheerleaders, my coaches, and my mentors. It's because I had parents who cared, parents who raised me to understand the importance of living God's purpose for my life. They instilled in me that I was created for a reason, so I held on to that. Oh man, that gave me a compass. That gave me a guide. Y'all heard my story. This is a true story. They instilled in me that before that I was formed in my mother's womb, that there was an assignment with my name on it. But not for me, you know. Not so Beijing can get the glory. Not so your child can get the glory, because it's not about that. But it's to help others, to serve others. That gave me purpose. However, it's extremely, extremely, extremely important to mention that I suffered just like every child. As a child, I suffered from peer pressure, from being left out, bullying, thinking I wasn't good enough. And as a teen, I developed extreme body dysphoria, anxiety, depression, wanting to give up multiple times. But because I always had a focal point, a purpose, and superheroes to guide me and cheer me on and encourage me. I am here today.
It happens. One day you wake up and you're in this place. You're in this place where everything feels right. Your heart is calm, your soul is lit, your thoughts are positive, your vision is clear. You're at peace with where you've been, at peace with what you've been through, and at peace with where you're headed.
I showed up today, literally standing before you to say that it is possible to raise a confident, authentic, and fulfilled child. That's what I would love for your child, so that when they have left their home, starting to take on the world and standing in rooms as I am today, as the youngest speaker at the largest woman empowerment event in the world, they can say, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad, not just for providing me with love and affirmation and my basic needs, but for also going above and beyond, believing in me and believing in my power to discover who I am and why I'm here. God bless you and God bless the world. Thank you, Women Thrive Summit 2023.
Woo, 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 woo. I think we need to all unmute our microphones and just give it up for Beijing. What do you think? How
Awesomeness. Woohoo!
Very good.
Yes,
Awesome,
yes.
Beijing.
Fantastic.
Awesome,
That was
awesome.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Love you, Beijing. Talk soon, honey.
Powerful.
Bye.
Yes, yes, yes. Unmute your microphones. Come on, give it up. Give it up.
Mind-blowing stuff. Love it. Thank you so much.
Such energy. Wow.
Yes. Oh my God, Vision. Ah, yes. I think you got us all off our chairs and cheering for you and dancing with you and just being in this aura of your energy. Oh, Vision, your mission. I don't know how tall are you, but your mission is certainly very, 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 very tall.
I'm not that tall.
Your mission is definitely way tall, that probably is felt and seen from across the globe. And wow, your work is so inspiring. When we first met and you started to tell me your story and what you do, what your mission is, just your passion, I was like, we gotta have this girl on our stage. We gotta have this girl on our stage to ignite us all.
I
how you
remember that
feeling?
moment. I
How you
remember
feeling?
that moment. Yeah, I was in Paraguay during that time when I was speaking to you for the first time, and I was like, what is this thing? You know, somebody invited me. Boy, it's a long shot because let's just see what happens. And met on with you. You were just so inviting and natural and beautiful inside and out. And I just was very comfortable just to, you know, truly be myself and share exactly where I'm at and be vulnerable. And that was in September. And here we are in a whole new year in March. I've been telling Raimonda for months, I cannot believe we are here. What is happening? What has happened? And the thing is, a lot has happened, you know, but it's just mind blowing, the growth, and then the growth with the ladies on the Women Thrive. Now I have other women who poured into my life and who are much wiser than me that I was able to learn from. And that's always a blessing because I never want to be the smartest in the room. So that just in itself is a huge beneficial addition to being a part of this beautiful journey and community. So yeah, and now actually having just done it, I just want to laugh. I have so much joy. Oh my goodness. I really just want to laugh. That's just pouring out, man. Joy. There's nothing else I could say. Like, I'm crying. You can't see it, but that's just from the laugh. That's just from the joy and the love that I feel. And this is it. We're doing it. And it's just so inspiring, Ramonda. Thank you. Thank you for bringing us all into one room. One room. Such a vision, such an inspiration. Thank you. Thank you.
I know your work is going to impact so much further than you know, because you impacting our children. You're impacting the next generation, that the next generation will go on to impact the world thereafter.
Yes.
Who they are, how they show up in this world, how empowered they are, they feel, how authentic they can stand confidently. And I think confidence is one of those things that our children need so much, whether it's our own children, our community children, someone within your family, any network, in your social club. Take it on upon yourself to become a mentor. Mentor in any capacity. We've got to step up to lead from here. And look at Vision. In her young age, she's already stepping up as a mentor, as a woman, someone that can look up to. Because we're a walking example for those who are watching us. And when you think that I don't have no power, or I don't have a position, I've never been given a leadership position, I just want to remind you, you can be a leader from within yourself. Answer the call.
Yes.
Answer your purpose, answer your mission, speak your purpose. Like we have young Beijing here who's speaking her mission, her purpose with so much passion. Like her life relies on this moment right here, right now.
Yes.
And you never stop. That's what amazes me. Like I just see Vision like 5 o'clock in the morning doing her workouts. Oh, she's on the boat, learning how to ride a boat, how to do this. She's speaking, she's mentoring, she's coaching, she's doing like camps. Oh my God. How do you do?
Boy, Raimonda, let me tell you, the waking up at 5 a.m. Actually, I'm going to say this actually. So obviously my target audience are young people, right? And I believe that my body is my temple and that the living Holy Spirit, Jesus, lives inside. And so first of all, I just want to keep that clean, right? So I can operate from a great sense of command center, right? Because I can't expect to have all this energy, be there with your children, do these camps, and I am tired. I can't keep up. I don't know what your children are doing because I'm in the room sitting down trying to catch my breath. So, so I can't expect these things if I'm not putting in the measures or taking action steps in order to be there for them, be the role model, what we discussed, right? And so then when 2023 came about, I was like, okay, Beijing, we have fitness and health goals, and we know who you aspire to help. And these are young people. They're the ones that have the most energy. So, and you ain't getting any younger. So what you could do? So I went to the gym and 5 a.m., 4:45, I'm up, and I go to the gym at 5 a.m. and do my classes. And it's crazy. I feel 10 years younger. But it's just to say that like, it's hard work, man, this stuff, the work that we're in. And we just got to decide, are we going to do it or are we not? It's a decision. Do we want to take that mantle and decide to do the background work? Because all of that is background work. No one like sees that. That's up to you, whether you decide to wake up and get it done, right? And so again, like one of my coaching clients who's like 11 years old, she told me yesterday, she goes, oh yeah, I follow you on Instagram. I was like, you have an Instagram? I was like, you have an Instagram? I need to watch what I post. But then I was also happy because they get to see this woman that is telling them things and they see a life that is reflected of what I'm saying. So they're like, oh, she is telling the truth, so yeah, man, I just one day at a time. One day at a time.
Day at a time. That's all we have. And I've been told that you have exactly enough of energy and grit and everything else for that one day. For whatever that day brings, you have just enough of energy.
Yes.
But it's up to you to use it up. So at the end of the day, you can be empty. Go to bed empty every night. So you've served your purpose on this earth.
Yes.
I want to read just a few comments. Dr. Charmaine Miller says, thank you, my son and my daughter whose lives has been impacted by you, Vision.
Oh.
Kelsey says, the presentation you created was so cool. Love seeing you in action, traveling and speaking. I bet in person would be such an experience. I can't imagine. Somebody said, oh, Dr. Charmaine says, Vision is like this on a regular basis. I'm not surprised. Natalie, wow, imagine how the world will change if we instill these principles in our children. They're going to change the world. Yeah. Our children are the generation of the future. Kel says, pure, raw emotion. And Natalie says, that's God's purpose, love and joy flowing through you.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful. There's so many amazing comments. My daughter is never ready to leave Coach Beijing. When she's working with her, the passion is contagious.
Oh man, I love her. Shout out to Amara. Mwah.
Dr. Show says, get mad, make a decision. Natalie, children teaches us to get back into alignment with God, love, joy, play, connection, be in the moment, always learning and more. Wendy says, Beijing is fire. Resounding. These comments are just resounding, and it really comes from your true passion and purpose. So I just want to say thank you for answering your calling, stepping in your power and your truth, for being on our stage and just sharing your voice. And I loved working with you on this journey. It's been a pleasure. I'm so glad we made a decision to bring you on. And I hope we continue to support your purpose in this world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Raimonda. Thank you, Women Thrive Summit. And thank you to you, beautiful, powerful woman, for being here. I appreciate you all. I've learned from you. And I just pray that you continue to step on, keeping on, because me and others behind me, we need to see that. So thank you.
Yes, and make sure you connect with Vision across the social media channels. If there is anything we've missed in the chat, please let us know. I encourage you, the biggest gift you can give to any speaker, if we didn't get to bring you on board to share how this presentation has impacted you, I want you to drop her a direct message on social media and let her know. Send her a voice note, send her a video message to say, Vision, oh my God, this is what it was. This is how you made an impact, because that is the biggest gift you can give to any of our speakers who are here on stage, because we may never know how we're impacting somebody's life, but it's only your words and feedback. And saying that, we do have a form where you can fill out and give your feedback. So if you want to leave Beijing a testimonial, or any of our past speakers or future speakers that we have on the stage, if you want to leave a testimonial, drop a comment in the chat of how people can fill out the survey, and we are going to be collecting all of this information, passing it on to speakers, featuring some of your feedback on our website, as well as some of you may win some prizes. So it's well worth giving us feedback, because we want to make these events bigger and better in the future years to come, and have even more amazing speakers on our stage, and keep making impact. We're here to support you. Thanks, Vision. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, guys. Mwah.